Hey, what's up, guys? Steven here with BOA Tactical. Today we didn't get to make it out to the range, so we decided we was going to show you all a video on how we make some of our target stands. These are super simple to use. They're made out of PVC pipe. They're pretty inexpensive. We make these for about 26 bucks a piece. Now, given we do have the pipe glue already, and we have already made, I think, 5 or 6 stands with it, and we still have plenty of glue and pipe cleaner left. So that's not something that we had to spend for. You will have to take that expense on the top end, about an extra 10 bucks. The tool that we'll be using today, this cost us about $22 at Lowe's. It's made by Cobalt, and it is a 2 3/8 inch pipe cutter for PVC. I'm not endorsed by Cobalt in any way, shape, or form, but this tool does work really well for what we're using it for. So let's get into our target stand. I've already got one that's already pre-cut here, just so we can kind of expedite this process. And I'll go over kind of what's needed in a moment. But one of the things that you're going to have to buy at Lowe's is going to be a 10-foot piece of 1.5 inch Schedule 40 PVC. And you want the Schedule 40 because it's a little thicker, it's going to hold up longer, it's a lot sturdier, and you're not going to have to worry about it cracking over time as much as you would the really thin stuff. So the reason that we get the 10 foot is because it ends up actually breaking down into exactly what we need for our target stand. The reason we do the 1.5 inch is because we use the 1.5 inch sticks that you can buy at Lowe's. They're 1.5 inch by 1/2, I believe, or 3/4, and we use those, and they insert perfectly and good and tight down straight into these pipes. And we're able to take those and staple our target backings to those, and they hold up really well. The other good thing about this is you can paint these whatever color you want, or you can even put designs on them, you know, whatever suits your tactical needs. So this is a really great option that's inexpensive, and they last for a really long time. What you're going to end up doing with that 10-foot piece of pipe is cutting it down into 6 16-inch sections like these. And that's another really good thing about this tool that I'll show you in just a moment, how easy this cuts. But it also gives a really clean cut with no burrs and no sanding really needed afterwards. So that saves you time and cleanup. But we're going to cut it into 6 pieces of 16-inch PVC and then 2 pieces of 12-inch. And I'll explain that in a minute. You're also going to need 2 of the 1.5 inch T-fittings and 4 of the 1.5 inch 90-degree elbows. So first of all, I want to show you all this tool, how easy this made it for us, and it expedites our process a lot. Again, guys, you don't have to use this, but you see how easy that actually makes it. So we're going to be making some more of these here in just a moment, so we're just setting the ones aside for now. So let's get into this. We're going to kind of dry fit this thing and show you all what it's going to look like once it's finished. A few of the other things that you'll need today is just going to be a decent measuring tape and, of course, a pen or something to kind of scratch a line on these pieces of pipe so you can mark your measurements. Cutting wise, I mean, you can use pretty much whatever will cut these things, guys. I mean, I've seen guys do it with pieces of nylon string. They use the friction method to kind of saw through it with the string. But I mean, you can use these types of tools. You can use a regular hand saw. You can use a band saw. I mean, whatever you have that will cut these pipes will work, obviously. We just like this option because we can take it anywhere with us, and it's a lot cleaner. All right, so let's kind of dry fit this thing, and we'll show you all what it looks like. The first thing I'm going to do is take my 2 sections of 12-inch pipe and 2 of my 90-degree elbows, and I'm going to insert one of these 12-inch pieces of pipe into one side of each one of these elbows, kind of like so. Now what this does, and the reason we use 12 inches up front on these, and I'll show you kind of here in a minute what I'm talking about, is it's going to end up facing me when it's put together kind of like so, and I can get right up on this target and do contact shots or close quarters, and I don't have to worry about stepping on the pipe and messing up the target as much. So that's why we like the 12-inch pieces up front. All right, so after we get these elbows put on, we can go ahead and take one of our 16-inch pieces, and we're just going to connect these. Just like this. Should form a U shape. And what I like to do is just go ahead and place this out in front of me and get it seated down really well. Now I can take two of my T-fittings and I'm just going to slide these with the one end facing straight up, one on each side of this. Now I can take two more of my 16-inch pieces and I'm going to put one in the back of each of these, and then I can take two more of these and I can put them straight up front, facing straight up. This is where our 1.5 inch sticks to put our cardboard backing on, this is where those sticks are going to insert, and they insert into these really nice and snug so you don't have to worry about them falling out. Now, once I get this glued up later, what I'll do is I will go ahead and put these two fittings on this piece, and I'm going to set it aside. And what I'll do is I'll set this straight up and I'll fill this entire bottom section, just this section, with concrete. And you don't have to use concrete, guys, you can use sand. Some people put water in them and then just pour it out at the end of the day. I don't like doing that because you have to keep filling them back up. But they are a little lighter to move around at the end of the day if you can dump the water out of them. But I mean, to each their own. Personally, I don't mind a little bit of weight. When you fill these up with concrete, they probably still only weigh like 12 pounds or so. So they're not super heavy, but that concrete in the base of these does a really good job at not letting these blow around in 10 or 12 mile-an-hour winds. So we don't have to worry about our targets blowing over all the time at the range and having that issue with these targets. So just something to think about. But once I get this full of concrete, I'll go ahead and put one side of this on, just like this. And then I'll kind of tip it up on its end. And I'll finish filling this side full of concrete. You guys can see this piece here that I just connected. I'll finish filling it full of concrete in this unconnected piece. And then when all of this is completely full in the bottom, I'll just take this and glue everything up right here in this last spot. Now, keep in mind that everything else here is glued at this point. So once I glue this corner up, I cannot get this back apart. That glue sets really fast and it's going to be really hard to get this thing back apart. But once I get this completed, I should have a target stand, kind of like so. Now, I don't want these two upright pieces to have concrete in them. I want them to be hollow all the way to the base. So that's so that I can take those sticks and insert them down in there, and I'll have those good 1.5 inch sticks to staple my backings to. And once I get everything glued up and together and I got my concrete in, got my sticks in, then I can step right up to this thing and I can do close contact shots or close quarters drills and not have to worry about this thing being under my feet or stepping on it and having all those issues, and still be right up on the target to do whatever I need to do. Guys, if y'all have any questions or if anything's unclear about what we just showed you, please let us know. We're going to go ahead and make a few more of these, and we're just trying to get some new things going here. Thank you all for watching, and if you have any questions, please let us know again. If you like this video, please hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. As always, thanks for visiting, guys, and we'll see you soon.